How you doing? This is Sean McVeigh with Sean's Outdoor Adventures, and in this video I am going to share with you some of the top secret tips I've developed over the years for training for bow hunting season. Now in the past I've only shared these with the classes that I've held, but because of I've just given so much information away on my channel for free, I'm kind of moving in a direction right now where I'm just utilizing the channel to teach people, and I'm not running as many classes anymore. So I'm actually going to share with you here in this video things that I've intentionally always reserved for just the classes. And to do this, I'm headed over to Black Eagle Bowman, and we're going to do some training for bow hunting season there. So let me go ahead and just pause what I'm doing right now and show you some of the facilities where I'm going to be doing this. Okay, I'm now arriving at Black Eagle Bowman, where I'm currently a member. So one of the nice things about being a member of an archery club like this, such as Black Eagle Bowman, is having an indoor range. You can come over, like as a member you get a key. Actually, here's my member key hanging on there. Keep that on my quiver, but as a member you get a key to the building and you can come over anytime. So the other night when the kids were finally in bed at like 8:30, I came over and shot for like 45 minutes, and you know, it's nice having that, especially in the wintertime, being able to turn the heat on in here and shoot. But let me just quickly show you the indoor range, but where we're going to be is in one of the outdoor range courses today. So here we are at the indoor range. Got your bow press there. I actually was here cutting my hunting arrows the other day. So you can make, cut your arrows. If you're still shooting aluminums, you can check to see if they're straight. Over here, another straightener. You got a bow vise, clamps to make, fletch your arrows. And then of course the range, set your targets up down there. You got your 20-yard line right there where the bow holders are. This is where, meetings and stuff are held right here. You'll often see me floating around, sitting around one of these chairs during the meetings. So that's the indoors, but what we're gonna do is, this time of year, this is September, they have a 3D target league going on here. So it's only a couple bucks to come and shoot at your own leisure to 3D. And that's what I'm going to do for this training session. So let's head out back. I'll show you the standard stationary range, and then we'll hit the 3D range. So at this range we have 20 yards, 30, 40, 50, and 60. And at your 20, 30, and 40 we have broadhead targets set up right now. That way you can help get ready for hunting season. So this is a nice little range you can come and use. And then let's go hit the 3D range. Okay, so here I am at the first target. And one of the things I really like to do is, I haven't taken a practice shot yet. And when you're in a hunting situation, you're not going to get a practice shot. So I like to come out to the first target and I want to just see how I'm going to do. Here's the first few tips that I want to share with you as far as training for bow hunting. First and foremost, when I do a 3D shoot, I don't use a rangefinder. But when I'm training for hunting, I bring the rangefinder, because in a hunting situation, I'm going to use this to give myself the best advantage for making a good shot. So I'll step up to the first target and I'll quick range it as if the deer is walking in. And then what I'm going to do is, once I reach full draw, I'm going to pretend like I'm grunt stopping the deer. I'll make the grunt noise. This is really important because a lot of people use that in a hunting situation, but they don't practice with it. And what you're going to notice if you do this is, very often your pins will move a little bit as you make the grunt noise, and it's going to take you a second or two to recover from that. So you want to train yourself to recover from the grunt noise and make a focused shot, and that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Oh, and one last thing I want to say when I'm doing this kind of training is that I don't worry about the scoring rings that you normally do in a 3D shoot. I'm training for hunting, so I'm aiming right behind the shoulder on every deer target, because that's what I'm going to do in a hunting situation. For scoring in 3Ds, it's often a little bit off from that spot, so that's what I encourage you to do as well. Aim like you would when you're hunting. Let's go see how I did. Actually, I can zoom in right from here, and you can kind of see where my arrow hit. And it was a 34-yard shot, and it looks like I did a really good job. That's exactly where I would want to hit in a hunting situation. So that's good. I'm glad to see that, and I'm going to continue to train myself in this way to help me be as prepared as possible for when I actually am in the woods. As I walk to the second target, I just want to point out there's also a field target archery range throughout the forest here that you can shoot any time of the year. They just have the 3D range set up for the members, you know, the month before hunting season. And I actually come out periodically to shoot the field target course as well. It's a lot of fun. Okay, for the next target, it looks like we have a little rodent-looking guy. I'm still going to do the same type of training. I'm going to do a quick range find check, and I'm still going to do the grunt with my voice. Nice. Let's go take a look. I still aimed right behind the shoulder of this little guy just to stay on practice. I saw where the leg line came up, and I just aimed right behind the shoulder. And you can do that too. Again, I don't pay attention to the scoring rings when I'm doing this kind of training. I'm always looking for right behind the shoulder because that's what I want to do in a hunting situation. And this was a 27-yard shot. Okay, for the next target, we have a little tree stand with 2 deer out here. And this target, I'll show you the last tips I want to give you as far as training for a bow hunting situation. Another important thing to recognize about a bow hunting situation is it's usually your adrenaline is pumping quite furiously, which means your heart's pounding and you're breathing heavy. And so I've actually come up with a technique to help simulate that in some slight way, again, to help you train yourself mentally for that situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my bow down, take my quiver off, and I'm going to just set it out of the way for a minute. And then I'm going to do some jumping jacks and push-ups to get my heart rate up, to get my arms a little bit shaky. You know, you do a whole bunch of push-ups real quick, it kind of fatigues your arms a little bit. This is just one way to try to help simulate that moment, because there's so much for you as a hunter to overcome to make a good shot at that moment that you really should and need to do training to really, really be effective almost every time you're in that situation. So let me go ahead and put my stuff down and get my heart rate up. Okay, so I had a 24-yard shot and a 30-yard shot. Now my 24-yard shot was good. I did a good job executing that one. However, my 30-yard shot, I rushed it a little bit and I hit a little to the right. I would like to have seen myself hit a little bit more to the left. And that's good. I'm going to analyze what I did there. I rushed myself just as I was releasing. And so the next time I take a shot like that, I want to focus extra hard at that moment to make sure I don't make that mistake again. Now I would have still gotten that deer, but I still would have liked to see my arrow just a few inches to the left. Since I'm here at the tree stand target part here, I'm just going to go through it one more time because it's a great opportunity, especially if you hunt from a tree stand, to have the opportunity to shoot in a downward angle like this is very helpful and important when you're preparing. But before I do that, I just want to kind of summarize and recap some of the main points I'm making here for training for bow hunting. First and foremost, if you use a rangefinder, I encourage you do that while you're practicing, because in those intense moments, it's helpful if you can get that last minute yardage check to make sure you're going to hit, the right yardage. So, boof, check your yardage, come the full draw, do the grunt stop, and give yourself time. When I'm training, I actually do a 3 count. 1, 2, 3, before I allow myself to release the arrow. Because usually, even if a deer looks right at you, you still have a few seconds before that deer runs off. And so it's important to give yourself enough time to steady back, focus down, and make a solid shot. Another thing I really encourage you to do is get your heart rate up, get your heart pounding, get your arms shaking a little bit, doing the jumping jacks and some push-ups, and it really helps you train for that intense moment when you're in the woods. Because when your body's fatigued a little bit, it takes a little more work to refocus your mind. So the more you practice that, the more effective I believe you're going to be in a hunting situation. And here's the last tip I want to give you for training for that day. What I do when I'm in the trees, especially opening day, because a lot of times you're really excited, it's your first time out, I will be in a tree stand half hour before you can even start hunting. And I will mentally go through my mind over and over again a scenario of a deer coming in and me having the opportunity to shoot. And I constantly say, focus, focus, focus. Because there were so many years where I was so not focused and already thinking about bragging to my friends about this big buck I just shot. And I end up messing up the shot because I wasn't mentally focused. So training your body, and your mind, especially to overcome emotions and distractions, is going to be key if you want to be an excellent bow hunter all the time, making great shots every time you're out there. So I hope this video helps. I hope you will implement these training techniques as well as any other ones that you come up with on your own to help you be effective at that intense moment. The very last thing I want to say is, if you live anywhere near central Pennsylvania, near State College, Williamsport, any of those areas, you really need to come check out Black Eagle Bowman. This facility is just incredible to give you the opportunity to train. I'll also say that you might not live anywhere near this area. Look around your location. Are there any archery clubs in your area that you can join? Because being a member of a facility like this is so helpful. The last thing I'll say is you can still do these things on your own at home or wherever you have an opportunity to set up an archery range. You don't have to be a member of a place like this, but it sure is nice, being able to just walk through the woods and shoot all these deer targets. It's a great opportunity to train. Thanks for tuning in. Take care, and God bless.